Medic versus Rodriguez, full card picks, and this card is gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. This card's fucking trash. And sure, I think it's gonna be a fun card. I do. Main event, I get it. Medic is Serbian, not main event worthy. Jan Blachowicz, Nevo Sterling's good fight. This is decent. The rest are fucking nobody. Ludovic Klein's, that's a big name. That's the only other name. Literally a complete nobody's the rest of the card. We've got Rebecca on it. This card's fucking shocking. And I think it's going to be a fun card. But it is fucking shit. It is shit. Like, man. What is this bout order too? Why do we have Gilbert Urbina on the main card? We have Ludovic Klein and Rebecca on the prelims. These are guaranteed fucking sick fights. Doesn't make any sense to me, but anyway, we'll get to the first fight. I'm not breaking this shit down. I'm going with Stefiano Luciano via decision here. Yeah? She's going to win the decision. Jovan Lecker versus Alexander Popek. Wow, we got a lot of information on this, guys. I'm going to lean Jovan Lecker. I'll say decision, or could be a TKO or decision. You know, he's got... The thing about Popek, he's a bit of a veteran. He has a lot higher experience, but he ain't the best. He's a much smaller fighter. You see the frame-wise. Look at this little blob here, dude. This little blob. He's fucking massive compared to him. This is a 205er, bro. This is a 205er against a real heavyweight. A real heavyweight. So I'm going to go with Jovan Lecker. I'll be lying to you if I cared. I'd be lying to you if I knew these guys. Jovan Lecker, he is good for it. He puts on a good pressure. He has a heavy wrestling style. And I think a bigger guy that's trying to take you down, I think it's going to work against a guy like Alexander Popek. So I'm going to go with Lecker. Maybe a decision. Maybe a TKO late. I don't know. It could be a TKO if he gets him down. He ain't getting up from this guy. Maybe he can pound them out. I'll stay at Jovan Lecker TKO round 2 or 3. Could be a decision though. He's gonna out wrestle him. Melissa Milicevic versus Haley Cohen. I'm gonna go with the Serbian, the big favorite. I'm gonna go with Nina Milosevic via decision. Oh, fuck, this card sucks, bro. This card's ass. But this is a fucking banger. This fight is so good. Karl Prepolek versus Mateusz Rebecki. This is a sick fight. When this fight got announced, I can't go against my gut feeling. I've had a feeling, my big crafty underdog, I'm going with Karl Prepolek here. I'm going with Karl Prepolek. I know he's never won a UFC fight and his record's shit, 18-10. It's a bad record, yeah? But Rebecki's good. He has a win over Urabai, who's really fucking good. But styles make fights, and Rebecca lost to fucking Chris Duncan. I don't like that loss. I really don't. Ludovic Klein lost. I don't mind. And Grant Dawson lost. It's not the worst. Like, Grant Dawson's decent, and he had terrible fight IQ. With a good fight IQ, he would have knocked out Grant Dawson. But I really don't like the Chris Duncan loss. And I think Prepolek's kind of a worse version of Chris Duncan. And Chris Duncan kind of put the beats on Rebecca. And it was a close fight, but he fucking destroyed his face. And Rebecca is in crazy scraps every single time. You know what that leads to? Tons and tons of scar tissue, bro. This guy's face is going to get fucked up in every fight he has. Prepolek's a good striker. He has good boxing. He has decent power. Not the best. He's a bit slow. He's a bit unathletic. You know, but even against Benoit Saint-Denis, and I think Benoit Saint-Denis is pretty decent. He had moments against Benoit, rocked him. He got dominated and finished. He landed some shots on Benoit, you know, coming in. And Prepolek is a pressure-heavy fighter. He's very aggressive. I think he's going to walk into a lot of shots off Prepolek. I think he's going to get rocked by them. I think he's going to get cut up. I think this is going to be a crazy war, but I don't mind Prepolek's performance against... Who did he fight last? It was Drew Dober. He looked pretty decent in that fight. He dropped Drew Dober, had him rocked badly at the end of round 2. That was like a crazy scrap. And then round 3 was looking at, okay, Prepolek's turning the tide now. He might win this. Then he got hit by one of the most nasty groin shots, carried on. You could tell he wasn't really like... He couldn't have it anymore. That groin shot took everything out of him. And then Drew Dober bum rushed him and finished him in round 3. But Drew Dober's pretty good. We saw what he did to Michael Johnson. Drew Dober's not the best fighter, but he's pretty decent. And Rebecca is good. The win over Urabai is amazing. I don't like the scar tissue, and let's say we're going to a scrappy close decision here. Whose face is going to be a fucking freak show if we go to war? I think Rebecca's face is going to be fucked up. I think he's going to be cut up. I think he's going to be black and blue. I think he's going to be badly beat. And that's not because Prep Alexis next level talent at all. You know, he's, 0-4 in the UFC? But I think he's looked decent in his comeback fights, man. And I think this is it for both guys, to be fair. If loser Alyssa is going to get cut. Rebecca's like 1 win, 4 losses in the last 5, I believe. It's a risky pick. Rebecca can definitely win. Rebecca could dominate this. You know, it's possible Rebecca comes in different levels, just fucking flatten lines him, or just, you know, Rebecca's got grappling too, that's an element here, but he's pretty small and he doesn't have the greatest takedowns, you know? Yeah, it's a risky pick, because Rebecca probably could wrestle, he can definitely have moments on the shit, Prep Alex pretty hittable, but I just don't like the damage, I don't like the scar tissue, I think he's going to get blooded up, I think he's going to war, and I'm going to go with the big underdog Carl Prep Alex. I'm taking Prep Alex via a really close, scrappy decision. That is going to be a fight of the night, probably. This is going to be an insane fight. I actually can't wait for this fight, dude. Should be way higher on the card. I know they're not Serbian, but this is a fucking banger. Denis Bazooka versus Bogdan Grad. This is a okay fight, I guess. Like, Bogdan Grad is decent. He just fought... Who did he fight? Luke Riley, lad. Luke Riley. And he had a good first round against Luke Riley. Lost the fight, but he took him down for the whole round, you know? Took him down for the whole round, controlled him. Luke Riley's not the best, though. He's pretty decent, though. I'm going to go with Bogdan Grad via unanimous decision. Fairly confidently. Grad lost to Naimov and Luke Riley. They're not the worst losses, you know. Naimov's decent. Denis Bazooka, whatever his name is a complete can, you know. He's a bit durable. He's a bit experienced, you know. I don't see Bogdan Grad finishing him. And if anyone gets a KO here, it's going to be Bazooka just knocking him the fuck out. But Grad, I mean, to be fair, they're both kind of experienced. I think he's going to be able to maintain a face, you know. If Bogdan Grad doesn't involve a firefight here, he's going to win. I think if Dennis wins, it'll be a knockout. But I think Grad, most likely, I'll say a decision. Could even get a TKO. But I'll say he gets a decision, you know. Dennis is dangerous, he's explosive. But I'm going to say Bogdan Grad wins. Oh, there's so many nobodies on this card. But Mark Vologden, he had a fucking... What did he do in his... He had that Dana White Contender Series fight, right? Where he went to fucking war. In that fight. Mark Vologden's cool. I don't know. Boris Nikolak. I like... He's a late notice replacement, you know. He has good Brave CF champion. He's on a strong winning streak. God, this guy's short, though. 5'3", Jesus, this guy's short, bro. But I'm gonna go with Mark Vologden here. I think, like, what the fuck am I supposed to say here? He looked durable in his last fight against John Castaneda, he went to a draw. It was very entertaining, back and forth. He's taking this on short notice. He's not prepared. Mark Vologden's prepared. I'm going to lean Mark Vologden, has higher experience. I'm going Mark Vologden via decision here, I'd say. Close fight, though. Close fight. Orban Elliott. I love Orban Elliott, dude. Orban. Come on, Orban. I hope Orban wins this. I really do. I really want an Orban Elliott win. Like, badly. I love Orban Elliott. Lost to Sukyung Ko. I don't think that's the worst loss. Lost to Jonathan Mikalev. That ain't the worst loss either. I like Jonathan Mikalev. I think he's pretty decent. Not the best, but I think he's decent. But Orban Elliott wasn't a good run. Knocked out Basil Lafez, an MSG. That was a big moment. He had moments as well. Who else did he beat? I can't even fucking remember. But he was on a 3-fight win streak coming into the UFC. Was on a good run. But Oliveira is one of the most explosive prospects coming into welterweight. He's a more athletic and he fucking hits like a truck. And he's the favourite too. Elliott's tough, but he's been rockable. He got rocked by Mikalev and got subbed. He was winning that fight though, so Elliott could win. And if Elliott survives, can weather an early storm, he could win, but I'm going with Michael Oliveira via TKO in round 2. That's what I'm picking here. And it's tough for us Alban Elliott fans, you know. Alban Elliott. It's tough, bro. But I think Oliveira's going to win. I think he's going to win. I don't have too much reasoning, bro, but he's fucking big, athletic. He's a big favourite. I'll go with Michael Oliveira to go around 2. This is a great fight. This is a great fight. Ludovit Klein versus Tofik Musayev. Tofik Musayev, you dirty cunt. Very dirty. Against Ignacio Bahamondes, he lost round 1. He got dropped in round 2 badly. And then cheated his way through that fight. Grabbing the cage to survive. And then he took Ignacio down. He was covered in blood. It was so slippery. And he elbowed the shit out of him. Headbutted him too, by the way. Just a dirty cunt overall. He's Cyril Gardner-Maxing here. Ludovit Klein's very good. I rate him. Beat the shit out of Mateusz Rebecki in his last fight. I think he snapped something in his leg. I can't remember what it was. Did he have like a badly broken foot where he couldn't stand on it or something like that? And then he accepted bottom position, survived. In the round 1 and 2, he was levels above Rebecki on the feet. He beat the shit out of him. Cut him up badly. Ludovit Klein is a very sharp kickboxer. He's a great kickboxer. Tofik Musayev's decent, but he ain't the best. In his debut, he lost to Mukhtar Urabai, got smudged and subbed. I just don't rate Tofik Musayev too highly, bro. I really don't. He's old. He's not that good. Ludovit Klein, I'll say a decision though. He's one of the most. I'll say as on the lightweight division. One of the most technically sound lightweights. He's a really sharp striker. Southpaw as well. That's a bit awkward. He moves really well. He has decent wrestling defense. And that would be the path to victory for Tofik Musayev. He got smudged by Gamrot. Gamrot is good. I don't rate Gamrot too highly. But he's a level above a Tofik Musayev level, you know. I'm assuming Tofik Musayev's going to be getting into wrestling. Musayev's dangerous. He has knockout power. So Klein could get clipped. But most likely, I'll say decision, If anyone's going to get a knockout here, I'll say it's Musayev. But I think Klein's going to be able to piece him up. Pump out those combinations on him. Piece him up for 3 rounds. It's a fun fight. I think it should be a Ludovit Klein winning. And why is this on the prelims? But we have these nobodies on the main card, bro. Absolute schmucks. No one knows who these cunts are. Anyway, let's break down these 2. Whoa, we have a lot to break down here, guys. What the fuck am I supposed to say? Miles Janicic versus Noah Gugon. I'm going to go with Miles Janicic. I'm going to lean him via unanimous decision. He's just far more experience, He's got a record of 19-3. Gugon got a record of 9-2. Faced the far more experienced fighter. Gugon's, I'd say, probably slightly more talented, but I think I'd rate experience over that, I wouldn't be surprised if Gugon wins at all. He's athletic prospect. He's got high finishing ability. And if he wins, it'll probably be a knockout or a finish. I'll say a finish. But I'm going to go with Miles Janik via decision, being the big crafty vet here. Velasco Kepo versus Gilbert Urbina. Don't know why Gilbert Urbina's in the UFC. I'm going to look at his record right now, actually. Why is this can in the UFC? So, okay, he does have that 1 win then, to be fair. So he's lost 2 in a row. He should be cut. These aren't the worst names, though. Brian Battle's good. Radke's good. Medic is pretty good. Okay, this isn't the worst names. He's kind of had a bad run in the UFC. He's got a terrible record, though. 7-5. Shouldn't really be in the UFC, let's be real, but he's pretty shit, Gilbert Urbina, let's be honest. He's pretty shit. I'm going to go with Velasco Kepo via knockout in round 1 and 2. That's what I'm predicting here. Kepo's aggressive, powerful. He's moving up in weight now, Urbina. Maybe you can say lighter man skill, but I don't mean shit. Gilbert Urbina ain't skilled. Kepo's good. He's very aggressive, has a lot of power. Urbina's hittable, He's been knocked out several times. Just got flatlined by Medic. He did drop Medic low early. So he has power, and maybe he's a live dog, but small guy as well. 5'9" for middleweight. I'm going to go with Velasco Kepo. Knockout round 1 or 2. Probably a finish. I'll be surprised if Urbina wins this one. Dusko Todorovic on the fucking main card versus Robert Valentin. Both of these guys shouldn't be in the UFC. I do like Valentin. Both of these guys should not be in the UFC. They're not UFC level. Valentin won though, to be fair. He won in his last fight. They both won in their last fight. Dusko fought Jose LeBlob Medina, subbed him in a round. Robert Valentin just beat, I don't even know, some guy in the Canada card. He had a cool moment on the mic. Not cool, it was very sad. I think he was talking about his mum actually died or something, saying you're proud of me. That's very, very sad. But I was happy he won there because he's a good guy. I like Valentin. Shouldn't really be here. I'll go with Robert Valentin via decision. This fight is so weird. But Robert Valentin, he's a bit bigger. He's a bit of taller reach. That's going to help him. But he doesn't really use his reach. He's very goofy. Todorovic, he's dangerous early. He's pretty shit. These guys are both shit. We got Battle of Lacan here. Dusko's dangerous early, he has power, but every decent fighter he's got belt to. And is Robert Valentin a decent fighter? No. So I don't think Valentin's gonna give him belt per se. I don't think he's gonna belt the ass. I'm gonna say he wins a decision. I'm gonna go with Robert Valentin via decision. He could get a TKO here. He could. I wouldn't be beyond shocked if Valentin knocked him out. But I'll say a safer pick's a decision. He's just a slightly more skilled fighter, you know? And fuck. Why is this on the main card? They're both shit. But I'm going with Valentin via decision. What are their records? 12-6 versus 13-6. Why are they on the fucking main card? But Ludovic Klein and Rebecca on the prelims, bro. That makes no sense. But hey. Dusko, it should be maybe the opener of the main card. Because I guess they're slightly known. People do know these guys, even at a low level. Marcin Tybura. He's back. I guess we're using the media rankings. Tybura is here, dude. We love Marcin Tybura. We want a Marcin Tybura masterclass. Sadly, I think Rakic is going to school Marcin Tybura, and it's sad. Very sad for us Marcin Tybura fans. We love this guy. He's the fucking GOAT. I love this. Look at this blob, dude. What a guy. But he's old too, bro. Marcin Tybura's like 40-something. He's an unk. Very unathletic. I hate the loss to Ante Delija. Getting made to look that easy, bro. And then after that fight, I'm never picking him to win a fight again. Rakic is going to fucking school this guy. He's far more athletic. He's way younger. He's the best striker. He has good defensive wrestling. Well, Tybura's not going to be able to take him down. It's not happening. But Tybura has no path to victory here other than maybe if Rakic could fall over and then Tybura could get on top. Let's say Rakic throws a kick, Tybura gets on top and then Tybura can ground and pound him. I think like a weird circumstance like that, Tybura could win. Something very specific. And Rakic against Azamat Murzakanov, yeah? The guy fought like an absolute idiot. He is way taller. He has so much range on him. So then he was like, I have downs. Let me wrestle him non-stop and then get in the pocket with him. And in that fight, he could have blasted kicks at range and then probably won. But this doesn't, if he has a brain, just keep him at range. Keep Tybura at range. He's going to tire out if you look at him. I mean, look at the build of the two. It's pretty obvious who's going to win this. Rakic just blast kicks at range. Piece him up with the boxing. You know, maybe because he's coming off all the fucking losses, he's going to be a bit skittish in there. Going to be a bit scared to engage, you know. But this should be a Rakic masterclass. I'd say bit of a patient first 2 rounds, and in round 3, he really puts it on Tybura and beats the shit out of him round 3. He could get a finish. He really could. Tybura he's pretty shit. And he used to be decent. You know. But now, he's always been the journeyman. He used to win a bit more than he'd lose. Now he's losing more than he's winning. He's losing more than he's winning. Rakic is just way faster than him. He's going to piece him up for 3 rounds. Rakic will win a decision here. But hey, I'll be rooting for Tybura. If Tybura can pull off a blob masterclass, I'll be really happy. But I'm going with Rakic. Jan Blachowicz versus Navajo Sterling. Now, I don't rate Navajo at all. I really don't. I don't think Navajo's that good. He fucking, against Ion Cutelaba, he showed terrible fight IQ, and he won. He won that fight, but I really don't rate Navajo Sterling. Jan Blachowicz still has it a little bit. Going to a draw with Guskov, I don't like, but in that fight, he showed he's more skilled fighter. He pieced him up for 2 rounds, but he got rocked and he got clipped. The guy's like 43. He's super old, but he still has it a bit. You know, he went close with Carlos Ulberg. Ulberg's really, really good. I don't think Sterling would go close with Ulberg. But the thing is, Sterling's so much younger. If this goes to a razor close decision, they might just fucking give it to Sterling. They love robbing Yan. They love robbing Yan. They do it all the fucking time. But I just don't rate Navajo. I'm going to go with Jan Blachowicz by decision. Because he's got a way more experience and he's looked decent in his last couple of fights. I know he's coming off the injury recently. Because he had, I think it was UFC 328. He pulled out against Guskov. God, they want to make that rematch badly. But the thing is, Navajo doesn't really have too much power. I'll be shocked if he could finish Yan. I'll be surprised if he rocks him. I think we're going a tit-for-tat fight here. Maybe Jan will mix in the wrestling too. He probably will. That will be smart. I think in tit-for-tat, you're going to struggle beating Jan. And he's old as shit. Navajo could win. I wouldn't be shocked if they rob Yan. But I'm going to say a competitive decision. I think Jan's going to win. I think he can use his leg kicks, force Sterling into a technical fight. And that's something Navajo will be able to do. He is a pretty technical fighter. You know, he's just not looked impressive. I think he's a fucking fraud. I'm going to go with the big crafty vet, Jan Blachowicz, via a decision here. Although definitely washed, I think he still has it. I think he still has it a bit. You know, he really went super close with Alex Pereira, went really close with Van Goliath, went really close with Bogdan Guskov, went really close with Carlos Ulberg. I don't think Navajo Sterling goes really close with those guys. I think he'd lose to all those guys. Maybe Guskov he could win. That's a close fight, you know. So it is a risky pick. If Jan showed up like he did against Guskov, I think he will win. The injury is tough. But I'm going to go with Jan via decision. I don't like going against my gut as well. I think he's going to have to slow it down, make it as a technical fight. I'm taking the big underdog again. That's a massive big underdog pick. I'm going with Jan via decision. It's a very close fight. Sterling could definitely win. You know, I could see a robbery where Sterling wins and it's really close, but I'll say Jan probably edged it and they just give it to Sterling. Like, I thought watching it live, I thought Jan beat Carlos Ulberg. I really did. And that, you know what, I was probably biased then. Ulberg probably won that. But he made it that close. He made it that close with Ulberg. Ulberg's really good. So I'm going to go with Jan via decision. I'm going with Jan via decision. I can't fucking... You know, I just have to go with... I don't like going against my gut. Navajo's taking us on short notice too. Going with Jan. Even though he's old, I think he has it enough. I think he has it enough to beat a Sterling. Because I really don't rate Sterling. The main event, number 14 and 15 ranked, yeah? Uros Medic versus D-Rod. Now, of course I'm going to go with Uros Medic. He has more power. He's a way younger fighter. Has more momentum. D-Rod was in fucking jail for over half of last year. Or I think he was 8 months in jail. It was a bullshit reason. But he was in jail for ages. That means he hasn't been able to train properly. Like an Uros Medic has been. I don't like that. Yeah? And he's so sloppy and so open on the feet. The thing is, I don't think Medic is a lock in here. I think Medic really has a chance to get slimed. I can see D-Rod's stupid fucking blitz working. You know his blitz where he just... The one he did against Holland, where he looks like a fucking thrown from the waist and he's running in. Weirdly, that could work. That could work here. That stupid blitz. Punahele Soriano had a hook combination. Like he threw 4 hooks and then he clipped Medic and knocked him out. Punahele Soriano did. So Medic ain't the best. But he's kill or be killed early normally, and he hits like a fucking truck. I think he can beat D-Rod now. This old D-Rod. Although D-Rod looked decent in his career, he's on a 3-fight win streak. He lost to Kelvin Gastelum. Don't like different style. Don't like that loss. This is a layup for Medic, really. This should be a Medic knockout. He's not a lock. Medic, I think D-Rod, he's a decent striker, decent boxer, but he's really old. I don't rate Medic, but I'm going to pick Medic here via knockout in round 1. You know, big moment. It's going to be a knockout. It's going to be a fun fight. You know, this card, I think it's going to be a fun card. But it's not a great card. So, yeah. I think that's enough breakdown for the main event, bro. Like, it's hard to call. I am going to go with Medic via knockout in round 1. Too explosive, too fast early for an older D-Rod that's been out of it for a while. You know, Medic just knocked out Neil. I rate Neil as a better fighter than D-Rod, I'd say. Probably, unless his chin's completely gone. And D-Rod's been rocked, you know, Holland rocked him. He's been knocked out a few times. I'm going to go with Medic via knockout round 1. That's the end of the video. It's a decent card, you know. It's not bad. It's fun. It's a fun card, but let's be real. On name value, it's trash. That's the end of the video. Like, subscribe. Do the good. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.